students, today I will give the summary of the chapter Footprints Without Feet. Supplementary book Footprints Without Feet, chapter 5. Today I will start. In this chapter there was a scientist whose name was Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin, although was very brilliant scientist, but he was very lawless person. He was searching out a medicine that could make a human body invisible. After thousands of the experiment, he was able to discover such a medicine, and he ate up that medicine, and his body became transparent, just like sheet of glass, and he was solid, but he was invisible. Anyone cannot see him. After eating that medicine, he became completely invisible. Griffin was a very brilliant scientist, but he was a very lawless person, and he disliked his landlord because his landlord always tried to eject him off his house. So Mr. Griffin wanted to punish him. In revenge, Mr. Griffin set fire in the house of landlord, being invisible, and he threw off his clothes from his body, and he ran away from the house of landlord, being invisible. When he took off all his clothes, he became naked. Then he was completely invisible. No one can see him. He ran away. It was the story of London. It was a month of January. Very cold wind was blowing, and Mr. Griffin was wandering in the street of London without money, without clothes, without home. When he was walking, being invisible, suddenly his feet fell in some mud, and he went to inside of a London house, and as he was walking, he was leaving footprints without feet. Two boys in the London house, they were confused and following the footprints without feet. The footprints were moving down from upstairs to downstairs, and the two bewildered, fascinated boys were following these footprints. When the mud that stuck to the feet of Mr. Griffin, that mud was dried up, then the footprints became fainter and fainter, and at last disappeared altogether. It was very difficult for Mr. Griffin to wander without clothes, without money, in the month of January in London, because it was very cold. Mr. Griffin decided to go to a storehouse. When the shop was about to shut, he entered the inside of the shop. He went to the kitchen of the shop, and he took some meat, coffee, and he used all these things without any expense. And after eating, there was a heap of the cushions, and he lay down, and there he broke open the wrappers, and he put on long overcoat, shoes, and pant. Now he became visible, and there was a heap of cushions, and he lay down in the cushion for sleeping. If Mr. Griffin could have woke up early in the morning, then nothing could have happened. But he kept on sleeping inside of the storeroom. The servants came. When they opened the door, they saw already there was one man who was lying on the heap of the cushions. Mr. Griffin saw servants approaching, he woke up, he got panicked, and he started running. The servant of the storeroom also chased him, and once again Mr. Griffin had to throw off his claws one by one into the air, and once again he became invisible by throwing off his claws one by one into the air. Once again he was wandering in the London street without money, without clothes, and without home. And this time Mr. Griffin decided to go to Drury Lane. What is Drury Lane? Drury Lane is a center of the theatres where there were many theatrical companies. So he decided to go to a theatrical company where the plays were performed. And when the theatrical company was about to shut, he slipped inside of the theatrical company, and he put on wide brimmed hat, long overcoat, shoes, and he stick whiskers on his cheek. He wore up a bandage round his forehead. He put on false nose and spectacles. Now Mr. Griffin was a completely visible person. After wearing all these things, he attacked upon the owner of the theatrical company from behind, very cruelly, very callously, and thereafter he robbed all the money of the owner of the theatrical company. And then Mr. Griffin decided to go to village side, and he decided to go to Iping village. Iping was the name of a village that was in London, and he decided to go to Iping village because London city was very crowded, and here he was facing problem after problem. So he decided to go to Iping village. When he went to Iping village, seeing the extraordinary man in untimely visit, all the people of the Iping village, all the people of the Iping inn, they began to discuss, and he booked 2 rooms in the inn hotel of Mr. and Mrs. Hall. Mr. and Mrs. Hall were the owner of inn. Inn means hotel, and he gave them money in advance. Mrs. Hall tried to be friendly to Griffin, but Mr. Griffin told her clearly that he had come here for some special work and he does not want to be disturbed by anyone. Moreover, he told Mrs. Hall that an accident had affected his face. Mrs. Hall thought that his scientist was an eccentric fellow. Eccentric means sunky, whimsical, and she got the money in advance, so she thought what to do to the eccentric fellow. Now Mr. Griffin started living in the inn of Mr. and Mrs. Hall. Soon the robbed money, the stolen money from the theatrical company, that was spent, and soon Mr. Griffin accepted that he had no ready cash. But he told Mr. and Mrs. Hall that soon he would get some check, then he would pay their rent. And one day early in the morning, Mr. Griffin took off his clothes, he became invisible, and he went to the house of a clergyman. Clergyman means a father, padri. And the clergyman and his wife woke up early in the morning due to the sound of study, because in the house of clergyman there were some students. They also woke up early in the morning. they start studying. The sound of study made them also awake. And when clergyman heard the chink of money means sound of money being taken away from his door, then clergyman took an iron rod and held it very firmly, and he pushed the door of the room. When he pushed the door of the room, he saw the drawer of the table was open and the housekeeping money was stolen, but there was no sign of any thief. And taking the stick in his iron rod in his hand, he searched out whole house, but not even a single sign was found in whole house. Clergyman was surprised. And same day early in the morning, Mr. and Mrs. Hall woke up and they saw the door of the scientist wide open. Generally, the door of the scientist was always shut. When they found door of the scientist wide open, due to curiosity, they decided to peep out the door of the scientist. When Mr. and Mrs. Hall went to the door of Mr. Griffin, they saw that the wide-brimmed head, long overcoat, whiskers, false nose, spectacles, and bandage round his forehead, whatever Mr. Griffin always wore up, they were lying on the bed. And Mr. and Mrs. Hall were surprised to see all these things. And when Mrs. Hall touched the bed sheet was cold, and it was showing that Mr. Griffin was out of the room for a long time. And same time Mrs. Hall heard sniffing. Sniffing means sound of breathing near her ear. And suddenly the bedroom chair became alive, started springing in the air, and that bedroom chair attacked upon the foremost leg of Mr. and Mrs. Hall and pushed them out of the room. Mr. and Mrs. Hall fell on the stairs in hysterics. Hysterics means in panic, and thus the door of the Mr. Scientist was locked. And next day, Mr. and Mrs. Hall were much surprised. Mrs. Hall was thinking that the spirit of his old mother had entered in the chair, or this scientist had done any witchcraft. Witchcraft means magic with this chair. That's why the chair started springing into the air. Next day, the clergyman also told the extraordinary episode, event of his house, that his housekeeping money was stolen, but there was no sign of the thief. Mr. and Mrs. Hall suspected that in the theft in the house of clergyman, anyhow this scientist was involved. So Mr. and Mrs. Hall called the constable, Mr. Jaffer, to arrest Griffin. But before coming to the constable, Mr. Jaffer, Mrs. Hall went to the room of Griffin, and she said to him what he had done with his chair. Griffin was very quick-tempered fellow. He got angry and he said, "Who am I? I will show you." Then he threw off the bandage, wide-brimmed hat, with big bushy side whiskers and spectacles. Then Mrs. Hall found that she was watching a man who was headless, who was without head. Same time Mr. Jaffer, the constable, came, and when Mr. Jaffer came to know that he had to arrest a man who was without head, but Mr. Jaffer was very dutiful man, and once any warrant was issued against anyone, he will arrest him whether he was with head or without head. Now, when Mr. Jaffer tried to catch hold of Griffin, Mr. Griffin threw up his claws one by one into the air, and soon Mr. Jaffer found that he was fighting with a man whom he could not see. Then the people of the inn tried to help Mr. Jaffer, but they got blows. But from where the blows were coming, no one knew. And everybody in the inn were shouting that hold him, but no one could see anybody whom they had to hold. Thus, Mr. Griffin ran away from the Iping village being invisible, and he knocked down Mr. Jaffer unconscious and ran away without being arrested from the inn of Mr. and Mrs. Hall. This is the detailed summary of the chapter 5 of the Footprints Without Feet. The chapter name is also Footprints Without Feet.